Good morning and once again welcome to my YouTube channel, Pearson and Excel International Maths. And in this video, I want to further explain how easy and how important quadratic formula is. And we have learned that if ax squared, if we have a general quadratic equation which is equals to 0, ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0, then x is given by this formula. We have derived it, we have used it, and we continue to use it in a special example whereby we are looking at example 11 on page 118 of IGCSE. Again, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so that you are notified every time we have a new video. We are told that solve 3.5x plus 2.3x squared is equals to 4.8. There are several things that you may have observed in this particular question. That the format or the arrangement of the terms is not as this one, because the general and the most acceptable arrangement of terms in a quadratic formula is when we start with the highest power, which is power 2, followed by the term that has 1 power, followed by the constant is equals to 0. So we just have to rearrange our terms this way so that the first term should be 2.3x squared, and because it is not crossing the equal sign, it maintains its sign, plus 3.5x, and again it is not crossing. But if when you come to 4.8, which is the third term, it has to cross the equal sign to come to this other left hand side, because that's where it belongs. So if it was plus, here is going to be minus 4.8. Now everything equals to 0. And that is just like it. So we have our A to be equals 2.3. We have our B, which is 3.5. And if our C, which is minus 4.8. And as much as we know it, that the formula is here, so our x is going to be minus b. What is our b? 3.5. So minus 3.5 plus or minus the square root of 3.5 squared minus, we can open the bracket so that we can have a constant 4 times a 2.3 times c, which is minus 4.8. Everything over 2a. What is our a? 2.3 times 2, 4.6. And our duty is just now to evaluate that. So we have 3.5 squared. We have 3.5 squared, which is 12.25, which is going to be 12.25. Let's have it like now x is equals to minus 3.5 plus or minus 12.25. Let's open this bracket. 4 times 2.3 times negative 4.8, which is negative 44.16. The whole of this gives you minus 44.16. And because itself is supposed to be subtracted, so minus minus becomes plus 44.16. Everything now over 4.6. Okay, now we get to the square root part, whereby we have 12.25 plus 44.16, and you get 56.41, which we are supposed to look for its square root. So minus 3.5 plus or minus the square root of this 56.41 everything over 4.6. And I want to take the positive square root of this and deal with it first, and then come for the negative square root and finish my problem. So x is partly going to be minus 3.5 or minus, what is the root of 56.41? The root of answer is 7.510. 7.51, let's say 1, everything over 4.6. 7.511, everything over 4.6. And what I have now, it's negative 3.5 minus 7.511, which is equals to minus 11.011, which now we divide by 4.6 to get our answer as negative 2.394. That is one answer, which is x is equals to negative 2.394. We have and because we should give our answers to three significant figures, then x becomes negative 2.3 and negative 2.39. Please note what we have done. We have taken minus 3.5 minus 7.5, which we got minus 11 point something, divided by 4.6, and we got there. Let us now take the positive square root of 56.41, which is x is alternatively going to be minus 3.5 minus 7.511 all over 0.6. And there we are. Now we should take our calculator. Minus 3.5. No, this is plus, because we have already dealt with minus. Plus 7.511, which is equals to minus 3.5 plus 7.511, which is equals to 4.011, which is 4.011 over 4.6, which basically is going to be divided by 4.6, which is basically going to be 0.872, which is going to be basically 0.872, 0.872, of course, to three significant figures. Those are the answers that we have. So again, I may want to say, when we had whole numbers, decimals as they were, okay, you could be lucky if you can apply some common sense here. If you want to use factorization method by multiplying everything by 10 and have 23x squared plus 35x minus 48 is equals to 0. But they become so big numbers, so looking for factors is not easy. But directly, we have been able to use a quadratic formula, which has taken us home so easily. And that is exactly how beautiful quadratic formula is. So again, get to my YouTube channel, subscribe and share widely, and let us work together. All right.